What is up, everyone? It's David. We are doing a little bit of a lifestyle vid here. I am currently driving back from Kenosha, Wisconsin in a snowstorm, actually. Just got done doing a deal for a bunch of vintage Magic, reserve list Magic, some graded, some raw. I had a buddy of mine who was getting rid of cards. A little bit of an older guy who played Magic back in the 90s, and he was getting rid of his collection, parting it out. He was big into grading back in the day. Most of his cards were graded 10, 15 years ago, before a lot of the prices went up like they have in the last few years. So, yeah, I just wanted to flip the camera on and talk about the deal, how it came about. So this is a guy who I actually met through eBay about 3 years ago, and I picked up a couple Gaia's Cradles from him, Gaia's Cradle, and I graded those. If you saw one of my first ever videos, I think my first video ever on YouTube was BGS submission video, and the Gaia's Cradles in that submission I picked up from this guy, and he was always more of a collector than a player. So most of his cards are literally pack fresh, have been sitting in a binder for years. And he contacted me again, said, "Hey, I'm parting out more of my collection. Do you want to meet up and work out a deal?" I said, "Sure, let's do it." So I drove out to Kenosha, which is about an hour drive for me or so. And yeah, we met up at an Olive Garden, sat down. He had a whole tub full of cards. Everything was nice.
Welcome to Illinois.
Everything was nicely packaged in penny sleeves and top loaders. Like I said, he was a grader, collector, so all of his stuff is really, really, really nice condition. Yeah, I went through his collection, pulled out the stuff that I was interested in, and worked out some prices. I wrote everything down so I wouldn't forget anything. I'm gonna post the prices and the cards and everything. I'll lay everything out when I get home, but I figured I would just flip the camera on and talk a little bit more about it. In the collection, the stuff that I got today was mostly Silver Age stuff, a lot of Silver Age, Stronghold, Mirage, Visions, Weatherlight, Tempest, Stronghold, Exodus, some Versus block stuff. I got a few graded pieces. I picked up graded Replenish 9.5, Bullrest Stronghold 9.5, Vampiric Tutor 9.5, a Yavimaya Hollow in 9, what's the other one? Oh, and another Dream Halls. You know, I love Dream Halls. I picked up a BGS 9 Dream Halls. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how old that card is in the pop report, because I'm pretty sure it's a pretty old one. And lost the camera there. And yeah, and then on the raw side, it was a bunch of Lotus Veils, a playset of Lotus Veils, Second Chance, Cadaverous Bloom. You know the kind of cards that I like. All kinds of stuff. And the reason that I wanted to pick these up is that it's getting harder and harder to find truly near mint cards. You know, everybody knows it, and it's absolutely true. It's getting really hard to find truly near mint cards, and I knew that this guy took really good care of his cards, so I was really interested to actually see them. And when I saw them, I could tell. I didn't pull every single card out of the sleeve, there, but I knew the guy, and I knew he treats his cards really well, and that most of them have been in storage for the last 20, 30 years. So I have a feeling that a lot of these are going to be grade worthy. So in my next BGS submission, a lot of these are going to be in there. And the way that we worked out the prices was basically I gave him near mint price that I could find on TCG or Card Kingdom if it was in stock, and I gave him 80% of the near mint price because he typically sells on eBay, and now with eBay fees and shipping and income tax that you have to pay, it adds up. So I think 80% is kind of where I'm at if I'm gonna offer somebody to purchase in person.
In half a mile, keep left at the fork to stay on I-94 East.
Stay on 94. Okay, got it. Thank you. 80% is kind of where I'm at. I used to do 85%, but now with the fees and taxes and everything, I think 80 is a fair offer. So yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Keep left at the fork to stay on I-94 East.
Really, really nice cards. Looking forward to getting a lot of them graded.
Continue on I-94 East for 16 miles.
Some of them are lightly played that I purchased for decks. I got a Maze of Ith from the Dark. Let's see, what else? I don't know, a few other cards that I purchased that were lightly played that he actually did play with. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with it. I think I got a good deal. I think he got a fair deal for being someone who's kind of totally out of the game and just trying to get rid of his cards. It was an easy, smooth transaction for him. And for me, somebody who's actually interested in, still grading and selling and is going to put in all the labor in doing that, it was a fair offer for both of us. So pretty sweet. I highly recommend to do deals in person when you can. It's a great way to get better deals on cards and also to meet people because you never know. Like when I bought that Gaius Cradle, I bought 2 Gaius Cradles from him and 2 Lion's Eye Diamonds from him. The last time that I met up with him, I was only planning on buying 1 Cradle. And he showed up with all this stuff, and I was like, okay, well, what's your PayPal? Let's work out a deal. And I ended up picking up a bunch more stuff that ended up grading out to 9s and 9.5s. It was absolutely awesome. One of the best deals I've ever done. And I think this one is going to be very similar. And it's always great to meet other people who are into the hobby and into collecting and into grading and stuff. And yeah, so just try, whether it's off of Facebook or eBay, try to meet up with people in person, and you never know, where it's going to go, what kind of deal you're going to be able to get, or what that person might have in their collection, because you can still find people like this who, they played 10, 15, 20 years ago, and since then, their stuff has just been sitting in a binder or sitting in top loaders like this guy, these cards, wait till you see this stuff. This is absolutely awesome. A lot of these cards are truly pack fresh. So anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to add this on to a second part of the video where I'm actually going to show the cards show the cards in depth, get some close-ups, talk to you about what I paid for each card individually. Both the raw cards and the graded cards, and give you an idea of what doing a deal like this is like. So, all right, take it easy.